Okay, fellas, today I'm going to show you the proper way to change out a locking hub from auto to manual. Really nothing to it. Got to get down in position here. Getting a little old for this stuff, but where are you going to go? Alright, first thing is finding the proper Torx screwdriver, take off the bolts. Try to do this as quick as I can. I don't edit my videos simply because I don't know how. So bear with me. This won't take long. Shouldn't take long at all. Getting cold out here, ain't it? Must be was in the 30s overnight, down below freezing. Quick shout out to Pearson BA 350, Hambone, Corvair Wild, Iron Maiden, OSD Crusher, Mother Funner. How you doing, buddy, up there? Alright, off with the cap. Throw your screws right in here in the cap. Alright, next order of business is going to be pushing back this retaining spring. Take off the little O-ring behind it. Take the towel here. This is actually probably the hardest part. Yeah, it's me. Come over here. Boy, that's a tight fit, ain't it, guys? I had my little pick here. I guess it never made it outside. I'm going to have to go in the house and get it, damn it. Ah, shoot. Pop back in there. Alright. Of course, I had to get all over my pants, grease. Okay, so far you're taking off the O-ring here that holds on for your spring and your retainer ends. Put it off to the side. It's a little bit of a pain in the ass doing this. It's windy out and cold. Your hands, man, let me tell you. Then we're going to take off a little center cap. Alrighty. Now, of course, this little hold down mechanism, I wish I could, there you go. Looks like that. That holds your O-ring in place. Now, of course, you got to get your seal out, okay? rubber seal. Now these two little buggers here, of course the wheel has to be turned in a direction that is going to be difficult for me. You wouldn't expect it to be easy, would you? That's all right, we'll get it done. Damn it. Once you got these squeezed together, pull this out, but I keep losing it. I can't see it. There we go. What I was trying to do under there, you got these two little 90-degree angles at the end of the O-ring. You got to squeeze them together and pull it out. All right. Now we have to get out the little snap ring in there. Of course, this is all covered with goop and grease. And there was a fellow I was talking with last night. We're having a bit of a debate about this here, re-greasing on the Installation, and Warren does recommend it. And well, he didn't seem to think so, but you definitely have to put a little grease in here when you're doing this. The reason I'm taking this out is so I could see the holes in the snap ring. I'm just going to turn it around to the point I can see the holes. Okay. Like I said, it really stinks trying to do this in the wind. Alright. Man, that's hard to see. Once you grab it, grab it good. Okay, that's the little bugger I'm talking about. Now there's one more thing you got to get out. That's the spacer. Everything is a difficulty here when it's this cold and freezing. Okay. Alright, now that's the last piece you got to take out, alright? After that, you're going back in. Just clean things up a bit. Check out your splines. Okay. Alrighty. Now what we're going to do, we're going to put a thin coat of grease in here. I don't care what anybody says. It's necessary. A little bit around the end of the axle. Put a squirt here, a little here and there. Rub it around with your finger. That's all, just a couple of squirts. Alright, now, get our parts out here. Tough when your hands are freezing. Damn, it's cold. Greasy and cold. Great combination. Alrighty. Now, take a couple screws, throw them in here. You can use this as a handle so you got everything set the way you want. Alright. Work it in very easily. Okay. Now you gotta make sure that your axle is hanging out enough to grab it with that new retaining, what do you call it, snap ring. You have to have this on the end, so sometimes you have to go in the back, push out the end of the axle, but in my case I think I'll be able to pull it off. Take these back off, set that down, and then, you know, I'm going to put this on before I put the big O-ring on. There you go. Oh, I'm like blind here. I really should put my other glasses on. I had them here. Oh, where the hell they went? They're here somewhere. Just make sure that's seated in there right, along that little divot that's back there, you know? Looks good. Now the O-ring. Make sure you're seated in there, make sure it's all in. Okay. And that's about it, guys. Basically, all you gotta do now, pop on your cap. Make sure your little O-ring is on the outside of the cap so no water gets in there. You see that? And that is about it. Pop this cap on with your new screws. And you're done.